Turn back in. Please do. Okay. Want me to ask the same question plus some additional questions? All set? Congratulations on today. This is a very special day for you, definitely. The United Kingdom has recognized Palestine, and along with UK, France is going to recognize today, later at the UN meeting today, and a lot of 10 other countries are going to follow that decision. But some people say that this is just symbolic. Recognizing Palestine is just symbolic. This does not change anything on the ground. Israel will not stop the aggression on Gaza. They will not stop bombing. They will not leave Gaza. Do you believe this is just symbolic, or do you think there is more substantial meaning on that?
For Britain, there is substantial meaning for that, because Britain has contributed to the agony and the Nakba, the suffering, the catastrophe of the Palestinian people through the Balfour Declaration 108 years ago, to the British Mandate. There is that historic part that we needed to close. And for the UK to recognize officially the state of Palestine and the right of the Palestinian people to self-determination and sovereignty on their own land is an important step in the right direction. It is beginning to right the wrongs and correct the historic injustices. But we understand that recognition on its own will not end the genocide, will not end the land theft in the West Bank and the annexation of the West Bank. We understand that recognition on its own will not end the occupation, but it is a step on which, a foundational step, on which we must build many concrete, tangible steps to do so. There are international mechanisms and tools available for the UK. The UK is a permanent member of the Security Council, for the rest of the world, to actually bring an end to the illegalities, an end to the occupation. Remember the International Court of Justice ruling only in July last year that Israel's presence in the occupied territory is unlawful, that all the settlements must be dismantled and unlawful, and that all third parties must cease immediately any political, legal, financial, military support to Israel. So we know what to do and we know how to do it, but the recognition of the state of Palestine is a step towards that direction, towards enforcing international legality, enforcing international resolutions rather than negotiate them.
I feel like this can be a trigger for Israel to try to annex West Bank.
Well, Israel has been annexing the West Bank for a long time with the silence of the world. Israel has been emboldened by the inaction of the international community for 77 years. Israel is committing genocide in Gaza. Israel has completely destroyed Gaza. There is not much left in Gaza. Not just in terms of homes and structures, but the way they are murdering our people en masse, the way they are starving the entire population. Not only 2.3 million people, but 1 million of them are children being starved as we speak. What more can Israel do? What more can it do? So these blackmails and threats tells you all you need to do of the culture of impunity Israel has enjoyed for decades because of the lack of international commitment to its own rules and its own responsibilities. Because Israel has been always put above the rules, above the law. Today, because of the recognition and with it, we must make sure that nobody is above the law, that the law is applied equally on all.
Upon recognizing Palestine, UK, along with Australia, and they both say Hamas will be no chance to get involved in the Palestinian state. What is the Palestinian state look like?
The state of Palestine already has its own legitimate government. It has a president. It has the PLO, the Palestine Liberation Organization, that represents the entire Palestinian people inside and outside. And it has a government that is technocratic. It's not made of any political faction. That government is in charge of the West Bank and must be in charge of Gaza, must provide for Gaza, help rebuild Gaza, and help unite Palestinian people, territory, and political system. So we have all it takes to actually proceed without any political faction. This is about the Palestinian people, not about Hamas, not about this or that. This is just Israeli talking point to try to divert us and distract us from the actual core issue, which is the Palestinian people.
But on the ground, in fact, Hamas is controlling Gaza, and what should we do?
There was a Palestinian Egyptian Arab plan It's very clear that Gaza will be, for an interim period, governed by a technocratic committee that will be linked to the PLO and the Palestinian government, that in that period will be made of purely technocrats, and the entire Arab world voted for that. So everybody understands that the government of Palestine, made of no political factions, will be responsible for the territory of the state of Palestine, occupied but keeping the work, so it will be the sovereign, independent state of Palestine.
Okay, my last question. Sorry. So, as you're probably aware, Japan has decided not to recognize Palestine this time. And they say that recognizing Palestine is not a matter of if, but it's a matter of when. How would you respond to that? And why do you think that now is the right time to recognize Palestine?
If not now, when? If not when Japan and our Japanese friends, and we have historic relationship with Japan, and Japan has been one of the biggest supporters of Palestine over the years, both in the political arena and the financial and the economic arena. If not now, when? If not when Israel is committing genocide, if not when Israel is murdering any possibility of a solution, if not when Israel is literally annexing land and making mockery of international law, then when? This is the time, and it's long overdue. It's already delayed too long, that Israel is emboldened now to do all it is doing in Gaza and in the West Bank and all over, and bombing the region, not just Palestine, as you may have followed Qatar, the last country that Israel bombed and violated the sovereignty of a state that was playing the role of mediator. Japan has a very special place in our hearts. Japan has a special place in the conscience of the human family and the international community. Japan knows exactly the price of wars of extermination and annihilation. Japan knows the horrors of the Second World War, right? So this is a moment when Japan needs to link us with the hearts and the collective experience, and not to be the last to recognize the state of Palestine. We hope Japan would have been one of the first, and now we hope it will be part of the current momentum, and not to miss this train, because this train might be one of our last chances to actually regain the strength and regain the initiative to go in a direction of peace. I know Japan believes in peace. I know the Japanese people are people who are linked with the causes of the international scene with other people. This is a moment when we want to see the embassy of the state of Palestine in Tokyo. We want to see the flag of Palestine flying high in Japan, and we want to see full equitable relationship between the state of Japan and the state of Palestine.
Thank you very much for your powerful message, and once again, congratulations. Thank you.